not word by word. I'm going to paraphrase it. So my first question as we begin this story, come on up, good to see you again, is where in this story is the kid, the main character? When is he really smart? When is he smart? All right? So here we go. This is a wonderful children's book. It's called Those Shoes by Maribeth Boltz. Those shoes. What season is it? Yeah, fall. Eleanor, you've heard this story before, so just listen. Those Shoes by Maribeth Boltz. I have dreams about those shoes. Black high tops, 2 white stripes. Grandma, I want them. There's no room for a want around here, just need, Grandma says. And what you need are new boots for the winter. Brandon T. comes to school in those shoes. He says that he's the fastest runner now, not me, since he got those shoes. Nate comes to school in those shoes. Antonio and I count how many times Nate goes to the bathroom just so we can see him in those shoes. Next, Alan, Jacoby, and Terrence. They each get a pair. One day in the middle of kickball, one of my shoes comes apart. Looks like you need a new pair, Jeremy, Mr. Alfrey, the counselor, says. And he brings out a box of shoes and other stuff for those kids in need. He helps me find the only shoes that are my size, Velcro, like the one my little cousin Marshall wears. They have an animal on them from a cartoon I don't think any kid has ever watched. When I come back to the classroom, Alan Jacoby takes one look at my Mr. Alfrey shoes and laughs. And so does Terrence, and Brandon, and everybody else. The only kid not laughing is Antonio Parker. At home, Grandma says, "How kind of Mr. Alfrey." I nod. I'm not going to cry about little things like this. But when I'm writing my spelling words later, every word looks like the word shoes. And my grip is so tight on my pencil, I think it's going to burst. On Saturday, Grandma says, "Let's check out those shoes you're wanting so much. I do have some money set aside. Might be enough, we never know." So at the shoe store, Grandma turns those shoes over so she can check the price, and when she sees it, she sits down heavy. "Maybe they wrote it wrong," I say, and Grandma, she just shakes her head. Then I remember the thrift shops. What if a rich kid outgrew his or got 2 pairs for Christmas and they gave one away? So we ride to the first thrift shop, and there's none in sight. We go to the second thrift shop, and there's not a pair of those shoes there either. Around the corner is a third thrift shop, and I see something in the window. Black shoes with 2 white stripes, high tops, perfect shape, $2.50. Those shoes. My heart is pounding. "How exciting," Grandma says. "What size are they?" I shove my foot into the first shoe, curling my toes to get in. I don't know, but I think they're gonna fit. Grandma kneels on the floor, feels for my toes. "Oh, Jeremy," she says, "I can't spend good money on shoes that don't fit." I pull the other shoe on and I try to walk around. "They're okay," I say, holding my breath and praying my toes will fall off right then and there. I buy them anyway with my own money, and I squeeze them in and limp to the bus stop. Remember the question I asked you at the very beginning. At home a few days later, Grandma puts a new pair of my snow boots in my closet and doesn't say a word about my 2 big feet shuffling around in my 2 small shoes. Sometimes shoes stretch, I say. The very next day, I check every day, but the shoes don't stretch. At school, I wear my Mr. Alfrey's shoes to school instead. In math class, I glance at Antonio's shoes. One of them is taped up, and his feet look a little bit smaller than mine. After school, I head to the park to think. Antonio is there, the only kid who didn't laugh at my Mr. Alfrey shoes. We shoot baskets. A loose piece of tape on Antonio's shoes smacks the concrete every time he jumps. I think, I'm not going to do it. We race from one end of the playground to the other. I'm not going to do it. Do what? Antonio says. Grandma calls me for supper and invites Antonio to come too. After supper, he spies my shoes. How come you don't wear them? Antonio says. I shrug. That night, I lay awake for a long time, thinking about Antonio. I try on those shoes one last time. Before I change my mind, the shoes are in my coat. Snow is beginning to fall as I run across the street to Antonio's apartment. I put the shoes in front of his door, push the doorbell, and run. At school, Antonio is smiling big in his brand new shoes. I feel happy when I look at his face, and mad when I look at my Mr. Alfrey shoes. But later it's time for recess, and something happens. It starts to snow. Leave your shoes in the hall and change into your boots, the teacher announces. Leave your shoes in the hall. It's then I remember what I have in my backpack. Those new boots that Grandma got me that no one has ever worn before. And standing in line to go to recess, Antonio leans forward and says, "Thank you." I smile, and I give him a nudge and say, "Let's race." Those shoes. He had dreams about those shoes. The black high tops with the 2 white stripes. All Jeremy wanted, really, was those shoes. But what did Jeremy need? And where was he smart in the story? Yeah.
Smart when he gave the 2 small shoes to someone who had 2 big shoes.
There we go. There's the answer to the question. Yeah. It didn't come to him right away. It didn't come to him right away, but he was really smart, Fiona just said, because he used the shoes that were too small for him, and he gave them, even though he really wanted them, but he was smart in giving them to somebody whose feet actually fit him. What really, really matters? What is this book? What is this story trying to tell us, remind us? What is really important in our life? What is really important in your life? I know there's things that we want. There's lots of things we want. But what's really, really important? How about somebody else? Yeah.
To not spend your money on stuff you don't need.
Right. What does he need?
Boots.
He needed boots. for winter. He did need boots. What else did he need? You're right. What else did he really need? What made him happy in this story? When was the only time he really smiled in the story? Yeah.
When he gave those shoes to somebody else.
Yeah. When we are in good relationship with each other, we're giving to one another. And the gospel today said when you're in good relationship with God, you're giving to God and nurturing your relationship with God, and you're nurturing your relationship with other people, responding to those in need. That's what you need. And despite all the things that you may want, the greatest joy is being smart about getting what you need. So think about your relationship with God, and think about your relationship with your friends and those people around you, so you can get what you really, really need. Amen.
Amen.
I invite you back to your